Así que hermanos y hermanas, muchísimas gracias por estar con nosotros con esta primera lección. Le estaremos dando muchas más. Así que síguenos, suscríbete y síguenos para todas las lecciones que vienen a siguiente.
You're welcome to You with Burnys right here on YouTube. My name is Burnys. You can call me Burnys, you can call me Ira, you can call me Abubuya. So I'd like to welcome our tutor, Chico SB.
Thank you very much, Burnys. Alright, so on this lesson, Burnys, your host, is going to be my student, and I'm going to be your Spanish tutor from now till we are through with the Spanish course. In other words, I assure you that in less than 3 months, some of you start speaking Spanish. Okay, so we are going to start. Now, as every language, we are going to start with the sounds of the language, because it is very important not only to write the language, but also be able to express yourself in it. Now, you being in UMAT here, you learn French, so I believe that you have the basis for French, right?
Yeah.
That will make the Spanish quite easy for you, because most of the things are quite common to both languages, okay? Alright, now in Spanish we have 27 letters. You see, in English we have 26. Yes, so we have the same 26 in English are also present in Spanish. Just one additional letter, which we call it ñ, written like this, ñ. Okay, so the ñ is the extra letter that we have in Spanish, which is not present in what? English. Okay, but in terms of sounds, we are going to introduce some new sounds. Some people consider it as a letter, but I see it as rather a sound. And we are going to have a look at what this new sound is. Double L. But first of all, the ñ I mentioned is produced in a sound. It is similar to the sound you produced in Kenya. You see, when you say Kenya like this, that sound ñ is the same sound that the ñ in Spanish assumes. Okay. All right. Now, as I mentioned, the 26 letters in English are also present. So let's look at the different in terms of sound with all the 26. Well, practically all the 26 letters in Spanish have the same sounds as those in English, except a few things that I'm going to introduce. So let's take a letter like C. Even in English, I think C can assume 2 different sounds. It could sometimes be K, sometimes it could be C. Yes, the same thing in Spanish. So let's take 2 sample words to get the sound. So a word like casa, as it's written on the screen, casa. It's in this casa, C-A-S-A, the C takes the sound of a K. Very good. And casa actually means house.
Okay.
So if you have heard of this money heist, they say casa de papel. So it refers to paper house. So casa de papel, to transliterate as paper of house. Okay, la casa de papel, the paper of house. Okay, so paper house. Alright, so in a word like cine, C-I-N-E, which means cinema. So here the spelling is C-I, but it takes C sound, cine. So these are the 2 different sounds that C can take. The next sound we are going to look at is G, that others will say J. I remember when I was back in GSTS, some people will say GSTS, others will say JSTS. So whether you mention as G or J, that is the sound I'm talking about. Now in Spanish, J or G can take 2 different sounds. So let's take a word like Hugo. Hugo. So this word is J-U-G-O. Here the G is mentioned as go. So Hugo, just like go, okay, Hugo. But a word like gente, also G-E-N-T-E, but the G here is read as what? He. As in hen, gente, as in hen. So it means that G could sometimes be go, like in Hugo, or he, as in gente. Very good.
So, Chico, you said J-U-G-O is Hugo. So does that mean that there is no J in Spanish?
Yes, there is J, but the sound.
Is it mentioned J?
No, J doesn't sound J. It's H, just like who go like that. Who go? Yeah, let me see if I can. I know a word on top of my head right now that starts with J.
I had a name like Julio.
Exactly.
But it's spelled
with J. Exactly that. So and even Juan, which means John, it's also J. So the J sound that you have in Jerry, it will have be like something like Harry. So that's how it is in Spanish. Okay. Now we have I mentioned a letter that I said it's a sound that I told you is also, I will not consider it to be a sound. That's a double L. In Spanish, when you have two L's, you don't. It assumes a completely different sound, and that sound is just like Y sound. So let me give you a word like llama. Llama. It is double L A M A. But the double L is read as J, as in the sound yes. So wherever you see double L, there's no exception to this. Wherever you see double L, it is read as Ja. Do you understand? So a sample word is llama. Llama. Okay. Now the next sound is V. V. In Spanish, V is always produced as B. V, or others will say V. Okay, so V is always produced as what? B. So we don't have V sound in Spanish.
In Spanish.
It is so B and V are both produced as B. But sometimes when you listen to people speak, some of them try to still produce the V. But mostly beginners, those who are now beginning to learn, they are forced to mention the V. So let's take a word like basso. It's V-A-S-O, but we don't say vaso. At the beginning, someone may be saying vaso, but we still understand when you say it like that.
Vaso.
Just know it's basso. Basso, which actually means cup.
Oh.
Yeah. So you should stop.
So bring me my basso.
Basso, exactly. That means bring me my cup. Alright, so now another word like bibo. Bibo. V-I-V-O. But we say bibo.
Hey.
Bibo. So if you say estoy bibo, as in I'm alive.
Oh.
Estoy vivo.
Estoy vivo.
Yeah, she's already speaking Spanish. I told you it's very easy. Some of you are already practicing speaking it right now, okay? And the last sound we'll be looking at is the X, which in English is X.
In Spanish is
X.
X.
That means X.
Oh.
Okay, I mean, I don't mean ex-girlfriend, I mean the word X as in an X, okay.
So let's say in Spanish, I'll say ex-girlfriend.
No. Well, ex in Spanish will be anterior. As in, so your ex-girlfriend, mi novio, mi ex novio.
Oh.
Yeah, so you still use the same ex, or you could use anterior. So if I want to say my ex-girlfriend, for example, I'll say mi ex-novia. Okay, mi ex-novia. And that word novia is actually N-O-V-I-A.
Oh.
But it's still
okay,
novia.
so that means that anytime you hear B in Spanish, it's V that they're actually talking about.
Not all the time. Anytime you hear B in Spanish, it could be the letter B itself or V.
Wow.
You understand?
Okay.
So if you hear B, but most of the cases is V that is being mentioned as B.
So is there any way that you can know that this word that this person is actually saying is V, it's B? You can't know.
You can't know unless you already know the word. For example, let me take cabra, which means sheep. Sorry, goat rather. Cabra. This word cabra, the bra here is B.
Oh, okay.
You will never know. If I say benil, which means to come, the B here is on V, but you will never know unless with time you get to know, unless you've seen the spelling of the word before. But once you haven't seen it, you will never know.
Can we say that it's like I'm noticing something? The cabra, which means goat, the B is actually followed by a consonant, right? And the V's that we've been talking about that are being mentioned as the V's that are being mentioned as
they are followed by vowels.
They are followed by vowels.
Of course, I think that is a very beautiful conclusion you have drawn right now. You are a very good student. Okay, you are really going to learn the Spanish very fast. Yes, because as far as I can't even mention one word with the V that is coming before a consonant. So I think it could be a general rule, but I'll research into that. Yes, but so for all the words I know, when they produce the sound V, the V is produced as B. Mostly they come after right before them there is a vowel. Okay, so I think it could be a general thing.
So for now,
however,
we are using it as a clue.
Exactly, as a clue. However, a B can also come after a consonant.
Sure.
Or before a vowel. Okay, yes. Alright. And the last letter we'll be looking at is Akis. No, I think I was even talking about it before you asked the question. So for the Akis, which is X, it can have two different sounds. But one sound is mostly restricted to the word Mexico. So you take a word like Mexico. Mexico in English, in Spanish we say Mexico. So it's the same spelling, just that it has an accent on the E. But the X is produced as he, not X.
So right now we've got some H, and now we have he.
Okay, so we say Mexico. Mexico. And the same X can sometimes be produced just like we have in English. Like the word excellent. In English you say excellent. In Spanish you say excelente. And it still has the X in it.
Excelente.
Excellent. Okay, so so for the remaining sounds, we are not going to zoom in on them because they have the same sound as we have in English. So when you talk about A, the same A, B, the same B, C, just like that. Okay, so we will not, with time, people will get to learn it. Okay, so that will be with respect to the letters of the alphabet and the sounds produced by all of them.
Okay, so right now we've learned some. So can you start, let's say, if you are reciting the alphabet in English, A, B, C, D, can you say it in Spanish for us?
Oh, of course, yeah. So let's take it one by one. A for A, B for B, C for C, D. Yeah, similar.
So like French, kind of.
Yeah, similar. A, B, C, D, kind of. Exactly. So the ones with unique names, as I mentioned, we have, I think I can think of X. Then if you type U is U, the same U as in U. V is Uve. And W will be double Uve. Kind of double Uve because it's double. So it's doubling and double is doubling.
So instead of in French we say W kind of thing.
Yeah, it will be double Uve. Okay. Yeah. So that is it with respect to the sounds and then the alphabet. Yes. So my dear viewers, this will be the close of our first lesson. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to put them right in the comment section, and Burnys and I will respond to you immediately. We are here to serve you. You are the reason we are here. So please, this is just the journey, the start of your journey. I assure you that in fewer than 5 days, you will start already speaking your Spanish.
And so it's been nice today learning Spanish. In fact, I've really learned a lot. Thank you for watching today's video. Please comment, please like, please subscribe to the channel, and please share for me.
Así que hermanos y hermanas, muchísimas gracias por estar con nosotros con esta primera lección. Le estaremos dando muchas más. Así que síguenos, suscríbete y síguenos para todas las lecciones que viene a siguiente. Que Dios esté con ustedes y adiós.
Adiós. Adiós.